Hey Stoic friends, welcome back to my channel. You've been living dead for far too long. Not weak, but imprisoned, trapped in a cage of your own creation. The exhaustion you feel isn't from your work or your effort. It's from the fact that you've sacrificed yourself for a world that never cared. You've been playing a game that was never yours to win. While your heart screamed for freedom, you buried it beneath layers of lies. The people you tried to please didn't deserve your sacrifice. And now you feel like a ghost, a shadow of the person you could have been. Every smile you forced, every compromise you made. You've been dying inside, one tiny piece at a time, while everyone around you claimed ownership of your soul. But no more. You're not tired because of all the work you've put in. You're tired because you've been living someone else's life for far too long, chasing dreams that weren't yours, following paths that weren't meant for you. You've let people manipulate your worth. You've let them mold you into their idea of who you should be. But here's the truth they never wanted you to hear. You are not their puppet. You were never meant to stay small, to hide behind a mask that wasn't your own. You've been stifled, you've been suffocated, but the cage is open and the beast is waking up. Your silence? That's not weakness, it's the calm before the storm. You've been playing by their rules for far too long, appeasing them, pretending to be what they wanted. But you've been holding back your rage. You've been waiting for the moment when you can finally break free from their control. And now, the moment has arrived. You're not staying quiet because you have nothing to say. You're staying silent because when you speak, the world will be shattered by your truth. The warrior within you has been sleeping, locked away under their expectations. But today is the day you rise. Today, you burn everything they built around you. Destroy it. Tear it down with the fury of a soul that's been ignored, suffocated and forgotten for far too long. They won't recognize you when you rise, and that's the best part. Let them wonder where the old you went, because the truth is, you were never supposed to be that person. You were meant to become a storm. The truth is, the world can't handle you. They never could. They've spent their lives trying to control you, keep you in a box they made. But you were born to explode out of that box, born to burn down their limitations, their expectations. You're not just living to survive anymore. You are here to conquer. Epictetus knew this. He said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." You've waited long enough. Stop waiting for approval. Stop begging for permission. This is your time. You don't need their approval. You need your own. This is the moment you become. Not the person they tried to make you, but the person you were always destined to be. This life is not for the faint-hearted. It's for the ones who refuse to shrink, who refuse to be silenced by the world's noise. And if you're ready to tear down everything that's been holding you back, if you're ready to step into your power and obliterate the chains they've wrapped around you, then hit that like button, smash that subscribe. Send this to someone whose soul is screaming for freedom. Let them hear your roar. Don't just comment. Declare it. Write it down like you're carving it into your very skin. I focus on my own growth in silence. This isn't a mere comment. This is a war cry. A statement that echoes into eternity, marking the moment when everything changes. Now, let's dive in. Number 1. When you chase others, you abandon yourself. There's a power so fierce, it doesn't need to scream for attention. It doesn't parade around for validation. It doesn't beg for approval. It's the power of someone who has learned to choose themselves, even when no one is watching. It's the power of a soul who has learned that the only person they must answer to is the one staring back at them in the mirror. This is where your journey begins. You've been so busy chasing after others, you've forgotten who you are. And let me tell you, that's where the madness begins. Every moment you've spent trying to catch up with someone else's life, you've been bleeding yourself dry. Every time you looked for someone to validate you, you traded your own worth for a fleeting moment of approval. Every time you obsessed over their words, their actions, their opinions, you were abandoning the only person who truly matters, yourself. You've been lost in their world, and in doing so, you've disappeared from your own. When you chase them, you lose yourself. Every second you spend thinking about their life, their happiness, their success, you chip away at who you are. You become a ghost in your own life, forever chasing someone else's version of reality, while your true self screams from the sidelines. Epictetus wasn't playing when he said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Improvement doesn't care about being liked, being praised, or being seen as worthy. It demands brutality. It demands you stop looking for a mirror in other people and start finding your reflection in your own heart. The truth? You've been living in reaction mode, on autopilot. You feel that sting when they don't notice you, that slow burn of being ignored, that ache of being unseen. That's not just pain, it's the proof that you've been giving away pieces of yourself in the hopes that they'll finally look your way. But they don't see you, and they never will. They can't, because you're not meant to be their reflection. You were born to build your own. You were meant to forge your own path, quietly, steadily, with hands that are scarred from the grind, and a mind that has been sharpened in the fires of struggle. Let's get real. How much time have you wasted on people who don't even think about you? How much energy have you thrown into impressing people who would walk right past you, not even knowing if you're dead or alive? Think about the infinite potential you've sold for their momentary attention. Think about how you've bled yourself out for people who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared tomorrow. This is the trap. This is the sickness. You've traded the power of your own life for their crumbs of recognition. But here's the twisted reality. The more you chase, the more you lose yourself. You become a slave to their approval. The more you give, the more they take. And you are left hollow. No more chasing, no more running after empty ghosts, hoping for scraps of affection. You're done. You're done bleeding for people who wouldn't even know your worth if it was tattooed on their skin. Close the doors, shut the gates, turn off the noise. The world doesn't deserve your energy anymore. Your soul deserves more than to be lost in someone else's illusion. It's time to stand still, to stand strong. The storm will rage outside, but you'll be the mountain that doesn't flinch. They can chase the wind, but you're rooted deep, unbothered, unshakable, and when they ask what happened to the old you, the one who chased, the one who ran, you'll tell them that you found yourself, that you stopped running after their empty approval and started living your truth. The world might try to call you foolish. They'll tell you to go back to the chase, let them, because you already know the only thing that matters now is what's inside of you. That's where your power is. Not in the race, not in their validation, not in the chase. You've got everything you need to build your empire from the ground up. And this time, you won't ask for permission. Number 2, not everyone deserves access to you. The truth stings hard. You know it deep in your gut. Not everyone deserves access to you, and it kills you to admit it, but it's the raw, brutal truth. You were conditioned to be nice, to be available, to bend yourself out of shape, smile when you're screaming inside, sacrifice everything for everyone else until there's nothing left for you. You were raised to believe that being a good person meant leaving your soul behind. You've answered every call, every text, and every demand like a puppet on a string. But here's the cold, unfiltered reality. You've been drained dry. You've let people trample your peace, invade your space, take and take and take until you're a shadow of who you used to be. And somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that this empty, hollow version of life was just the way things were. But it's not. It's suffocating. It's killing you. You've been taught that silence equals cruelty, that drawing a line in the sand makes you cold. But that's a lie. You've bent until the cracks are too deep to hide. You've let them take what wasn't theirs to take. Every half-assed interaction, every forced smile, every "I'm fine" when you're dying inside. You've given it all away. Piece by piece, you've surrendered your time, your energy, your spirit. And the worst part, you let it happen. You let them strip you bare, and somehow you convinced yourself that this was just how life is. But it's not. It's a slow death. There's a death that comes when you open up too much. It's quiet. It's insidious. It doesn't scream for attention, but it's happening. In the small moments. The unanswered texts that you respond to anyway, even when your soul screams to stay silent. The fake smiles. The "I'm fine" when you're anything but. It's the conversations that drain your soul, the ones that leave you emptier than before. You give, and no one sees. No one respects your boundaries. And when you give too much, they don't just take, they obliterate you. They hollow you out from the inside. It's worse than any betrayal because you let it happen. You chose it. It doesn't scream, but it rots. Slowly, quietly. Every time you make yourself available to the selfish, the entitled, and the ones who only show up when it's convenient for them, you let a piece of yourself die. You've forgotten the sacredness of your energy. You've forgotten that your peace was never meant to be negotiable. Your soul wasn't built to be spread so thin. The worst betrayal isn't someone else's neglect. It's your own neglect. It's when you stop guarding your gates, when you stop protecting your peace, and when you let anyone waltz in without a second thought. And what's left? A shell of who you were. Reclaim your power. The gates to your soul are yours, and yours alone. It's time you started acting like it. Not everyone deserves to walk through them. Not everyone has earned the right to see your truth, to hear your laughter, to touch your heart. Marcus Aurelius warned us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Think about it. Every person, every interaction, every energy you allow near you stains you. When you protect your peace, you protect your very essence. You protect your fire. When you start demanding that only the worthy can enter, something shifts. You start realizing just how much you've been giving away. That space you've been leaving open for others. It was meant for you. You've spent so much of your life accommodating everyone else's needs, you forgot what it feels like to honor your own, to rebuild your strength, to remind yourself who the hell you are. Become the gatekeeper of your own soul. Stop apologizing for it. Stop making excuses. Stop explaining yourself to anyone who doesn't have the decency to respect your time, your energy, your life. You owe no one a seat at your table if they don't come with respect, loyalty, and authenticity. Your silence? It's your sword. Your solitude? It's your shield. Let the world scream. Let it burn itself out. You don't need to engage with the noise. Build walls, not to keep people out, but to make sure only the right ones earn their place inside. Your life is not a revolving door. It's a fortress. Guard it, protect you. Number 3. Silence is a weapon, not a weakness. There's a silence that tears you apart, and there's a silence that builds you, shapes you, hardens you like steel. Most people, they've never felt real power. They think silence is weakness. They think if you're not screaming, if you're not out there forcing yourself to be heard, you're losing. But the warriors, the ones forging empires in their minds, they know the truth. Silence is a weapon. It's the blade that cuts through the chaos, the shield that deflects the noise. Silence doesn't need to speak to be heard. Seneca once said, "It is better to conquer grief than to deceive it." But how? How do you conquer grief? You stand in silence. You stand firm when the world tries to drown you in noise, when every part of you wants to scream, to explain, to justify. You don't, because silence is the power that builds from the inside out. It's the kind of power that doesn't bend, it doesn't break, it just waits. Every time you respond to stupidity, you hand over your peace. You hand it over on a silver platter to people who are too small to see your value. Stop explaining. Stop justifying. Your silence isn't just silence. It's a force field. It's a weapon that forces them to confront the truth of who they are, not who you are. It makes the weak uneasy. It unsettles the shallow, because deep down they know they can't reach you. They can't rattle you. You've built yourself to be unshakable. And in those moments when you feel the urge to react, remember this. Lions don't respond to barking dogs. They don't. They sit there, calm, poised, above the chaos, because they know their strength. Your silence is dominance. It's the unspoken statement that says, "I am above this. I am not available for your nonsense." Your silence isn't fear, it's control. It's the knowledge that your energy is too precious to waste on people who don't deserve it. Master the art of silent strength, the kind that doesn't need to announce itself, the kind that builds quietly, steadily, ruthlessly. Your strength should grow in the shadows, under pressure, until one day, when the time is right, it explodes. And when that happens, all the noise, all the distractions, all the people who tried to get under your skin, they fade into nothing. The sound of your success will drown them out, and they'll be left behind, wondering where they went wrong. You'll be standing tall, silent, but stronger than they could ever understand. Use your silence like a sword. Cut off the drama. Cut off the distractions. Cut off the desperate need to explain yourself. Every time you stand in silence, you stand above it all. The world will try to pull you into its noise, but you'll be the one who's untouched. And when the storm clears, you'll be the one left standing, unbroken, untamed. And they'll all know, that your silence wasn't weakness. It was power. Number 4, focus on growth, not gossip. Gossip is poison, a virus for the weak. It's a cheap, fast hit for the desperate, a false sense of power, an illusion of importance, like the shallow air in a room you never wanted to be in. But you weren't made for that. You weren't built to be some pawn in their drama. You were built for growth. And if you ever want to rise, if you ever want to be anything more than the noise that surrounds you, you've got to get this. Focusing on others. That's what keeps you in the dirt. Focusing on yourself, that's the only way out. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Not talk about it. Not gossip about it. Be it. Let the others yap. Let them waste their time talking behind your back." You got better things to do. You've got a mission to conquer, a destiny to build, a fire inside that can't be put out. Every second you spend dissecting someone else's life, you steal a piece of your own. Every word you waste on the worthless, it's gone, and you won't get it back. You think you're safe talking about others? You're not. You're not growing. You're just shrinking. Every conversation spent judging the weak is a conversation you didn't have with yourself, the only conversation that matters. Growth demands obsession. It demands silence. It demands fury. The kind of fury that drowns out the noise and burns your path so fiercely that no one can follow. When you feel that pull, when you feel the temptation to join the drama, stop. Stop yourself right in your tracks. You know the drill. You know the weak-minded crave it, thrive on it, drown in it. But not you. Kings don't gossip. Warriors don't gossip. Builders don't gossip. They are too busy putting in the work, too obsessed with their purpose, too consumed by their vision to let the nonsense of the world distract them. You are not one of them. You are here to build, not to talk, not to tear down, but to create. To build something that lasts when everything else crumbles. Growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens by force, by ripping your attention away from everything that isn't pushing you forward. Every time you let that noise in, you're wasting precious energy. Energy that could fuel your fire, that could take you higher. You want peace? You want power. You want to be the one everyone looks at and says, "That person is untouchable." Then you need to get this. Everything that isn't growth, it's poison. And you're not here to drink poison. Don't let the small minds hold you down. Don't let the gossiping, petty, weak voices of the world distract you. They are not worth your time. They are not worth your breath. Every moment spent on them, it's like throwing gasoline on your own fire and watching it burn out. You have no time to waste. You are here for something bigger, something that only you can create. So let them talk, let them whisper, let them tear each other down. You're too busy for all of that. You're too busy building something that no one can touch. Too busy focusing on your own damn growth, on your own damn power. You're not here for their petty wars. You're here to burn brighter, to rise higher, to claim your place among the giants. You won't waste a second on the drama. You'll spend every ounce of your being on your craft, on yourself, on your destiny. That's your obsession. Nothing else matters. Number 5. Protect your energy like your life depends on it. Most people give their energy away like it's nothing, smiling when their heart is shattered, wasting their breath explaining themselves to souls who don't even see them, fighting wars that don't even exist. And when it's all gone, when they're drained, empty, hollow, they sit there wondering why they're so broken, why they feel like the world has torn a hole straight through them. Because that's what happens when you give away your fire. You think it's free. Think again. It's everything. You're walking around with a fire in your chest, and most people, they don't care about it. They want to consume it, burn you out, use you until there's nothing left. But your fire is sacred. It's your bloodline, your legacy, and you're handing it over like it's a lighter to be tossed around. Every time you smile for someone else, it dims. Every time you explain your worth to someone who couldn't care less, it fades. But what if I told you that your fire can't be wasted? What if I told you that your soul is the most valuable asset you have? And if you let the wrong people into it, if you let them suck the life out of you, there is no reset, no second chance. You'll burn out. You'll shatter into pieces too small to pick up. And that's how the world kills you. It wears you down piece by piece. You're too busy fighting battles you don't even care about to notice that it's you who's dying. It's time to stop. Stop giving your energy away like it's worthless. Because it's the most valuable thing in the universe. People come to you like leeches, expecting your light to fuel their darkness. But you were born to build, not to burn yourself out for people who don't even care. Stop letting them take from you. Every second you spend on someone who drains you, every moment you give to a conversation that goes nowhere, that's time you'll never get back. Every conversation you have with someone who doesn't deserve it, every second you spend justifying yourself to someone who doesn't see you for what you are, that is a piece of your soul you'll never recover. And you let it happen over and over until one day you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't recognize the person staring back. You are not their punching bag. You are not their emotional vending machine. You are not here to fix their broken pieces or constantly explain your worth. You are here to live. You are here to create. You are here to take what is yours. And anyone who wants to enter your life, anyone who wants access to your soul, they need to come with something real. They need to bring respect. They need to bring loyalty. They need to bring something that feeds you, not drains you. Stop apologizing for saying no. Stop feeling guilty for choosing yourself. Stop pretending that everyone is entitled to a piece of your fire. You don't owe anyone anything. When someone demands your energy, when they try to take what's yours, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to beg for peace. You just say no. You protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Build walls around your mind. Invisible walls so high, so thick, that nothing can break through. You have to guard your energy like it's your last breath. Because in a world full of vampires, everyone wants to take, and no one wants to give. But you are different. You don't give away your energy to anyone who doesn't value it. You hold it close. You protect it. You guard it like it's the last bit of hope in a world gone mad. And anyone who doesn't see your worth, anyone who only wants to drain you, they're gone. Your energy is your currency. Every drop of it is worth more than gold. Every second you spend on someone who doesn't value you is a second you're never going to get back. And you have no time to waste. You are building something too big, too powerful, to let people steal from you. So guard it, protect it, keep it sacred, and the moment someone tries to take it, you walk away. You don't explain, you don't apologize. You just leave them behind and keep walking toward your future. Number 6. Move in silence. Let results make the noise. You've heard the phrase, let your success make the noise, but you've never felt it. You've never understood the depth of what it really means. Because this isn't about celebrating victories as they come. It's about understanding that the real power is being forged in the quiet. While everyone is shouting their moves to the world, you're building your empire in the dark. Like seeds buried deep in the earth, like storms that gather miles away from shore, like mountains that grow 1 inch at a time, hidden from sight. No one sees it. No one hears it. And that's how it should be, because while they sleep, you work. While they party, you grind. While they waste time on validation and applause, you're in the shadows, silently making your next move, stacking your victories one by one. The noise? That's for the weak. You don't need the world to see your every move. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. Because here's the truth. Half of them want to watch you burn. The other half? They don't even care. They're too busy drowning in their own insecurities to notice what you're building. And yet, you rise, brick by silent brick. The world doesn't need to know. They're not entitled to your progress. The work is sacred. The grind is your own. And they'll only see the results when it's too late. Moving in silence isn't for the faint of heart. It's a test of faith. a test of conviction. It's believing with every ounce of your being that the world doesn't need to recognize your efforts today. It doesn't need to cheer you on, because you know what you're building, and you know that the real success, the unstoppable kind, the kind that hits like a wrecking ball, is grown in the shadows. It's crafted in those hours when no one is watching, no one is applauding. And what happens in the silence? You forge a strength no one can take from you. No one can fake it. They can doubt you. They can ignore you. They can even laugh. But when you show up, when the time is right, you don't need to speak. Your results will speak for you. Your results will shake the earth. The ground will tremble under the weight of your success. And what will they say then? They'll be forced to reckon with the reality they tried to ignore, with the strength they tried to downplay. They'll have no choice but to bow to what you've built. They'll have no choice but to witness the storm that's been gathering in the dark. The quiet you've mastered will become the thunder that shakes them to their core. So let them doubt. Let them call you crazy. Let them pretend like you're invisible. Let them forget you exist. Good. Let them. Because while they're distracted by the noise of the world, you're stacking your power in silence. And when the time comes, when you finally reveal what you've built, they'll have no choice but to stand in awe of the quiet storm you've become. The silence that they mistook for weakness. It was your weapon. Number 7. Stop competing with others. Start competing with yourself. Comparison is the silent killer of everything you could ever become. You think you're competing with them, with that guy, with that girl. You're not. You're just wasting precious time. Time you'll never get back. Every moment you spend measuring yourself against someone else, every second you spend questioning if you're enough compared to them, you've already lost. And here's the worst part. You're playing their game, not your own. Seneca was right. He who is everywhere is nowhere. You can't be everything to everyone. You can't be comparing yourself to the endless sea of people because it will drown you. If your focus is scattered across their lives, you'll never build your own. You're too busy watching everyone else race ahead, while your own mission slips through your fingers. Here's the cold, hard truth. You are not here to outshine anyone. You're here to outgrow yourself. The only person you should ever measure yourself against is the one staring back at you in the mirror. The only real enemy is the one inside you. Competing with others only drags you down, makes you bitter, turns you into a resentful shadow of what you could be. But when you compete with yourself, that's where the real magic happens. The battle isn't out there, it's in here. The war is raging inside your mind. It's the fight against your own laziness. The war against the fears you pretend aren't there. The struggle to push through distractions that steal your focus. The constant battle to stay consistent when no one's watching, when no one's cheering you on. To keep building when there's no visible reward in sight. Now here's the killer line. If you win against yourself, you win against the world. You already beat everyone else. Because most people give up long before the real battle even starts. They lose inside. And by the time they face the world, it's already too late. You have to fight the inner war first. That's the only battle that matters. The rest is just noise. So, forget the external race. Forget the need to impress anyone at all. The only person you need to impress is the future version of yourself who's waiting for you to catch up. They're standing there in the future looking at you, saying, "Come on, get it together. You can do this. You have to do this." You can't outdo them. You can't outshine them. But you can outgrow yourself. You can transform yourself into something no one saw coming. That's the only competition that matters. That's the only race that will ever matter. Stop looking outside for validation. Start looking inside. Start conquering that inner war. And when you win, when you finally beat the old you, the world will have no choice but to fall in line. Your success won't need validation because it will be undeniable. It will be the only thing that matters. Number 8. Keep your vision private until it's unstoppable. Your dream is not a toy. It's not something to show off to the world just to hear empty praise or to have them tear it apart with their doubt. Your vision is fragile, delicate, like a flame in the wind. Speak too soon, and the world won't just blow it out. It'll stomp on it until it's dust. Share too much, and those who can't see your fire will snuff it out before it even has the chance to rise. That's the way the world works. It's filled with critics who can't see what you see. The only way to survive is to protect it, to keep it in the shadows. Marcus Aurelius said it best. The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. They don't understand your vision. They don't get the fire that's burning inside you. So why are you letting their doubts define you? Why are you letting their ignorance control your pace? Their opinions mean nothing. Nothing. They are blind to what you see. Their noise is just that. Noise. Let it fade into the background. Your dream is sacred. It's a warrior's mission. It's your purpose, your future. It's the thing that keeps you awake at night and makes your heart pound with ambition. Guard it like a treasure. Hold it close. Don't show it to the world until you've made it untouchable. Build it in silence. Let no one hear the hammer hitting the anvil while you forge your destiny. Like a soldier sharpening his blade in the dark, your work will be done where only the stars can see it, where no one but you and your ambitions exist. And the world will doubt you. They will. They'll laugh. They'll criticize. They'll throw their empty words at you, trying to convince you to quit, trying to convince you to shrink. They'll never understand the vision because they don't have the courage to dream it themselves. But here's the thing, you don't need them to understand. You don't need their validation, their permission. You only need one thing, belief in your own vision, belief in the fire you're building inside. When your vision finally breaks free, when it erupts into the world, like a volcano that's been dormant for too long, that's when the world will see it. By then, it won't matter who doubted. It won't matter who laughed. They won't even be able to touch you. They won't be able to shrink you because you've already built your empire in silence. You've already made your dreams unstoppable. By the time they wake up to what you've become, you'll already be soaring, unstoppable, unshakable, and it will be too late for them to stop you. You weren't built to chase the noise. You weren't meant to waste a single drop of your time explaining yourself to people who can't even comprehend what you're doing. You were born for focus, to lock your eyes on your mission with a hunger so deep it would swallow the world whole. To rise without a sound, like a volcano erupting beneath their feet, but they won't hear it until it's too late. You were built to move in silence. The silence that builds you, the silence that forges you. Because silence is power. Stop defending your existence. Stop bending for people who want you small, for the ones too comfortable with their mediocrity to understand your drive. Your power isn't found in what you say. It's in the way. You don't need to explain anything. Your power is the ability to rise while the world stays asleep, to burn the path forward so hot, so real, they can feel it on their skin before they ever see it coming. Your silence is the loudest weapon. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Your actions will make the noise, and they won't be able to handle it. The world will try to drown you in its chaos, in its noise, in its broken dreams. But none of it's yours. Don't waste a single breath on their distractions. Your energy is your currency, and every second you spend on someone else's opinions, someone else's expectations, is a second you'll never get back. Focus, laser sharp, unwavering. Build yourself in secret, because the real power is earned when no one's watching. You're not here for validation. You're here to make the world notice when you finally rise. And they will notice, but only when it's already too late to stop you. This is where most people fail. They spread themselves too thin, giving away their power like candy. Stop giving your fire to anyone who doesn't deserve it. Protect it. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. Every conversation, every decision, every word that doesn't serve your mission is a drain on your soul. Protect your energy. Guard your dreams like a savage, like a warrior, because only you have the right to decide what to do with your fire. If any of this hit you, if even a single word pierced through the noise and shook your soul, you know what you have to do. Don't waste another second. Like, comment, share, subscribe. But more importantly, don't let this moment fade. Keep this fire alive. Stay grounded in your mission, because the world won't understand until it's already too late. You were born for this. Now prove it. Stay silent. Stay sharp. Stay unstoppable.